Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your host Jay and Simply E. Hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best nights of your life. Woo! You have entered the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, Sizzling. See, you done threw me right off. Sizzling, sexy, Simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey E, how you doing today?
Swallowing gum.
Yes, because the principal is in office. Listen here. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm on a missionary board. That's see, I work with the ushers at the church. They keep that tissue and they tap you on your.
Why your tissue wet?
Because this is from my hands. I dry my hands. Got to be more careful. Guys, listen, please do me a favor. Go to our page, like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot. The J Spot. Pillow Talk with Jay. 30 and Up doing us. Tyson Smith. The Real MVPs. What else? Single, Married, Divorced, 180 Real Talk, Chicago, Pit Life.
Yes. Urban Grind.
Everybody that rocks with us. I mean, guys, thank you so much for participating. We thank you all for the questions, for the posts. We thank you for all the active members, everybody that keeps this platform going. We want to thank you guys so much. Listen, you all, we have so much to talk about. Listen, it has been like listen, some people have been in their feelings. Again, so we may be talking about some of those things that has caused, a couple of people to be looking at you sideways. But guys, listen, our first hot topic. Now, I always thought that this was interesting, and I didn't really even think, twice about doing this when this question was posed. So when you're out on a date or you're out with your guy and he opens the car door for you, once you're inside the car, do you reach over and open his car door, or do you just let him open the car door himself and you just let him get in? What do you do?
Like, okay, so last night I had a date, and when he first opened the door for me and I sat down, when he had me pick me up, I didn't reach over, and I was like, "You're supposed to reach over." And so when we got to the restaurant, we ate or whatever, we got back in the car the second time. Now, the second time I did reach over and tried to open his door, but I guess my food was in my way too. But I gave it a good attempt. But then the third time, because we went somewhere else after that, then the third time I was able to open it up all the way. So you're supposed to open the door.
Right, because I'm hearing all of this stuff like they're like, oh, please, it's 2021. Cars have automatic door openers, and nobody has to. Oh, please, it's 2021. Cars have automatic door openers, and nobody has to open the door. You still have to open the door unless you got like some phantom or somewhere that the car,
look at the car just gonna pop open.
The normal nice cars, I mean, even though you got the boop boop boop, he still has to open the door for you so that you can get in. And then, I mean, in return, I just thought that it was a no-brainer for me. I'm like, of course. I'm like, you
Yeah.
get in, you open the door, and that's it. But I mean, to see all these comments where,
No.
women are like, no, I've never done that. I've never heard of that. Well, so what do you do for those that don't open his car door? What do you all do when he's opened the door for you? Like, what I mean, like, what's the next
I
step? Do
sit
you just
there. I just be sitting there and just be like, well, he'd be okay because I'm the prize and you had one at me, so it is what it is.
and I get that you're the prize. We definitely know that you listen, you the end all the be all, you the show shot, you the shine. We know it. But I mean, it's about just being courteous. Just because you the show shot and you the shine, does that mean that you don't have to show a little, just some courtesy? I mean, that's all it is to me. I mean, I think that it's just setting the, set to me that it's a little thing, but it's a big thing because it kind of sets the tone for the relationship. It kind of says, to me, if it would be saying, you know what, she gonna do for me like I
Gonna
do
do
for
for her
her. So
exactly.
this is gonna be a mutual partnership. But if you sitting up there, you the show shot, you the shine, and he the show shot and he the shine, I mean, so how are y'all going, like, how is it going to work being together? I mean, like, of course you're going to shine bright by yourself, but when you come together and you shining with another person, like y'all light supposed to, I mean, I don't know. I ain't never been married, so y'all listen, y'all know better than me. But I mean, in my mind, in my thinking, you're supposed to complement each other. So it's like when you're in a relationship, you do for him, you do, and even if it's dating, again, it's setting a foundation. So I mean, even if you're not in a relationship, you this is the first date. I mean, first impressions. Again, that's a little thing, but it goes a long way. So, fellas, how do you guys feel? Do you want her to open the car door for you, or does it not matter? And ladies, do you open the door? If you don't open the door, why don't you open the door? With the exception of, oh, you the prize. Okay, we got that part. But in addition to you being the prize, if you don't open the car door for him, why don't you do that?
Do you open the car door?
Yes, I do.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I
Why?
do. I do. I've always done that. I mean,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I've always done that.
Yes, I
Even
do.
before, being able to say the S word, I've always done that part because I just felt like that was common courtesy. I always felt like, okay, you open it for me, it's just the right thing to do. It didn't, whether I, was feeling you like that or not, whatever, that had no bearing on it being the right thing to do. And that's how I've always thought of it, as like, okay, it's just the right thing to do. So you open the door for me, I'm open the door for you. It like, I don't know, like, what do you do? Like,
Just
sitting
sit there.
right, or just say, for instance, it's like an awkward moment, especially like if it's a new relationship or you guys are just dating. Let's say he opens the car door for you, and then you go to reach over, but then he stops at the trunk and puts something in the trunk or whatever.
You still pop it open a little
Right,
bit
so
so
you
that way at
sitting up
least
there
he.
like this awkward. So what I do is I'm like, I just wait for because sometimes I'm good at locking people doors, because I'm like, when I'm inside, I don't want nobody to get in, carjack us, and I'm in the car, and now it's just this big misunderstanding, and I'm going on this joyride that I did not sign up for. So if you walk away too far from your car, I will be popping your lock when I'm inside. When I'm inside the car, I will be popping the car, just until you come back. I don't care where we are. We can be on Prairie Lane. I'm popping that lock. You listen, there's bears, deers, all kinds of. Listen, I'm not ready for my ticket to be punched. So, I'm going to have to do everything that I have to do within my power to protect this investment called me. But
Wow.
if you guys are not opening the car doors, again, why aren't you opening the car doors? And if you do, fellas, do you want her to open the door for you, or it's not a big deal? What do you all think? Is it not a big deal if she, listen, you just get in, babe, you make sure you safe, you do you, and I'm gonna do me, I'm the man, I got this? Is that how you all look at it? Or should these women be, opening the car doors, especially since leading into our next hot topic now, Listen, y'all have to tell me, did baby, I don't know. I'm just gonna tell you what baby girl said. The requirement for dating her is
Ooh.
baby girl said, listen, she said that the guy is required to do all of these things to it, this is just dating her. This not, they not even booed up in the relationship. But this is what, and I'm thinking, I don't know. Y'all got to let me know, is this a new age thing, or has has this been the standard for, quite some time, where we're putting these type of standards out there for men to date us. So now she says that her nails and her feet, $90. Her eyebrows, $12. Her rent, $16.74. Utilities is $180. Her other needs, insurance, food, transportation, all that averages about $590. She said, if you're in a relationship with me, you're paying for all of it. Period. Me and my bills are a package deal. What do you all I don't know. When when I saw that, I'm just like,
Her and her bills are package deal.
that's you all help me. Is that something new? Like, fellas, are women actually coming
She
at
must
you?
be giving up some Hellcat. She got to be giving up some. She probably giving up some Hellcat. Hey, Jasmine.
But to
Hey,
be,
Maurice.
uh, yeah, I don't know. Then I'm like, my thing is, what are you like? What are you doing? What are you doing with your money? Like, do you not work? Are you just dating, looking for a
A sugar
sponsor?
daddy,
Because I
pretty
mean,
much.
everything is real. It's like, so then just go on these sites. You got plenty of these sites that are looking for exactly the type of situation that she just described. There are so many
Yeah.
websites out there for people that are looking for those type of arrangements. But
BL Max
what,
and the package would be getting sent back.
so you're not gonna pay the rent and all the nails
Hey.
and all of that stuff. You're not gonna pay all that, BL
I guess
Max.
he like, no.
Are women actually, ladies? Are we actually expect? Like, have you ever told a man that? Like,
No, that's crazy. No. I'm no, and I'm not even high. No,
it's like, for me, like, I don't know. It's just like, because I have okay. I'm gonna admit, this is, we say that this is the first way how we can get help. I'm gonna admit something. I have a problem with asking for stuff. I have a problem with asking for help. I have a problem. So for me to fix my mouth to ask you, can what? That don't even
I
make,
need you to
like,
pay my nails, my brows, my lashes,
it
my hair.
it doesn't even, like, to me, it doesn't even feel right. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Make it
Even
make
back,
sense.
if even back in the day, I just had a problem with, because I don't know, maybe it was the way we were brought up. Like, we were brought up to be strong and to be independent and to not, ask for anything. So I'm like, and still to this day, I'm like, I have a hard time asking people for things, even if it's family members, if it's friends. I just have a hard time asking for stuff. So I'm definitely not gonna ask a dude, oh, well, this is a requirement. You have to. I can do it myself. And if I can't do it myself, like we were talking about some weeks ago, if I can't do it myself, I don't want to be bothered, because that means my finances are not together and I got some things that I need to get situated. My priorities need to be straight. But what are you guys thinking? She wants to do to pay her nails, get her nails done, her hair done, her rent paid, her food, everything that she needs. She's expecting the dude that she's dating to take care of that. She said that her and her expenses are a package deal. Fellas, are you signing up for that? Or does it depend? And now listen, come on, fellas. I'm gonna whisper in y'all ear a little bit. Does that deal depend on how good she look or how far the sex is? Because I know some of y'all,
Y'all
listen,
going. Y'all going. Quit
some of
playing.
y'all falling for it. Some of these is some of y'all falling for it. You can't tell me that you're not, because these women are not gonna be sitting up here saying this nonsense and y'all ain't falling for it. I think I see somebody up in this room that done fell for it a time or two. Sitting up here paying, shelling out everything, covering all the expenses. Just being milk boned dry. He just being just shelling out that cash up in here. But when you look at,
You gotta be like, not me. If not you, then
he
who?
look like
You.
he be shelling out all his little money over there, just shelling it out, just
Pull
shelling
the
it out.
money out the cookie jar.
But when you are talking about that, I mean, it's desperate. I mean, it's almost, to me, that sounds desperate, and it doesn't sound like
Gold digger.
that's the stuff that you would be. You're not looking for a relationship again, and that's okay if you're the type of woman that wants that. Like I can. Here's the thing. I can totally respect that, because she's telling them dudes this up front. So therefore, you know exactly what you dealing with. And I'm gonna promise you this: she ain't the type of woman to be played with, because she mean what she say and she done said what she meant. So you can sit up here and think that you look so good and you don't put the sex on her so good that she's not gonna be expecting all those things. Those are not the type of women to play with. Trust me. Because that's her agenda. She's on a mission. And so if you fall short, too bad. But she's telling you what she wants. So, and again, even though I don't agree with, the whole ideology about, a man, he got to pay this for me, he got to do this for me. If it's my husband, or if it's somebody that I'm in a relationship with and you want to do that for me, then that's fine. Am I coming to you and asking you to do those things for me? I think not. Like, on my end, I absolutely think not. I'm not doing that. If you want to offer, and again, I'm even mindful about, accepting all, I don't know. I'm just a little weird. They say everything, be mindful of, too many gifts and all this and that. So, just be mindful. But if this is your standard, like I said, I'm not even mad at her. If you're putting it out there and you're putting it out there up front and they still going for it, listen, you ain't did nothing wrong in my book, because you stated what your agenda was. You put it out there on the table. And I mean, I can respect somebody like that. And we should all be able to look at it, even if you don't like it and you don't like what it is that she's saying, you don't like what it is that she's putting out there, you got to at least respect her, because she knows what she wants and she's telling you what she's want. She's not playing these nickel and dime type games, playing these games behind your back, trying to manipulate you and all that. She's telling you what it is. What they say.
B.O. Max said, I don't care if there was an S with the I don't care if there was a cape with the S, with the Superman S coming out of her panties. I'm good.
Now, okay, now, like I said, y'all better stop, because I'm like, don't let me go checking y'all Zelle and y'all Cash App histories, and you've been sending $500 to Betty Boop every 2 weeks. Yeah,
Don't let her be like Superhead now.
Right. Have a tell-all memoir on you. You sitting up there,
soul out of you.
Be like, listen, you done paid. Listen, he done paid my mortgage over here. He get my hair done. He get my toes done. He know what it is. But you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I know some of y'all. That's out here doing it, because I done seen y'all. I done seen y'all at these nail. I done seen y'all at these nail shops. I done seen how these little girls talk to y'all on these little. They have you on the little FaceTime. I need 110. And baby, but believe me, listen. Some of y'all doing it. I ain't gonna put y'all on blast, because I try to sit there with my little shades on, so y'all don't know I'm talking about y'all. I'm gonna come and talk about y'all on Thursday, because I done seen. Listen, they be running up and through that doggone nail shop. Well, I thought it was gonna be $35, but I wanted to get the tips and stuff, because you know how you like those designs and stuff, and they charging me 55 extra. He's like, well, where you at? Up. She like, well, can I get my toes done too? I want to get my baby. And let me tell you, before I'm done with my services, these young men, I done seen a couple you old one up there too. Y'all done slid up there, be sliding these little girls this money, and then they had you out there waiting for them in the parking lot. Well, I don't have no way to get home. Can you go get me something to eat and come back and get me and take me home? Y'all be doing it, so don't be up in this news feed lying, talking about some. I ain't doing it. I ain't
They'll
doing.
be doing that.
Who said they ain't doing it?
Oh my.
I don't see. Listen, I done seen a couple of y'all. So again, I'm not mad if you telling people up front what you want, what you expecting from them. Again, to me, that's not saying relationship. She's just expecting some financial gain, which it is what it is. I mean, because again, everybody goes into relationships or out here, they're looking for something. They say everybody not looking for love. Somebody just looking, some people are looking for a sponsor. Some people are looking for sex buddies and friends with benefits and all this other bull junkie. And that's cool. Just do what this young lady did and state that ish up front. If you're looking for friends with benefits, say that ish. Don't sit up here and let people think that you want to be in a relationship or you in a relationship and all you want to do is get your rocks off every now and then. That's all you're interested in doing. Okay, say that, because again, you never know what that person may be looking for the exact same thing.
Mhm.
But you sitting here leading folks. Listen, that's what I can't. We're gonna talk about that later on tonight. All that lying. Why you gotta lie?
Why you
That's
gotta
it.
lie,
Why you
Craig?
lying? Just we don't need to be doing all that. But guys, listen, we're gonna take a short musical break.
Sure.
And when we return, we have so many more hot topics to get into. So stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
Felt like we were on the same page. Led me to believe we'd be together someday. From FaceTime calling the days, you play Prince Charming, yeah. I'm in too deep, my feelings keep getting stronger. Is it all in my head? Your actions showing me different. Don't expect me to be faithful without commitment. You talk to who you want while my heart's involved. I'm sick of not your one and only. It's really killing me that with you I gotta share. I don't like what you do to me, baby. Why can't you be fair? Me only, we've discussed this. Let's just stop wasting each other's time. Let's stop wasting each other's time. You know and I know this don't even feel right. Do you even love me? Your actions not showing me. I don't like what you do to me, baby. Why can't you be fair? Me only, we've discussed this. Let's just stop wasting each other's time. Let's stop wasting each other's time. Let's stop wasting each other's time.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. On IntellectualRadio.com, we are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay.
Ooh.
And sitting next to me, we have co-host, our partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Oh, that was just okay. We're revoking the sex kitten title for right now. We're gonna, let Sizzler Simply E over here get a little rejuvenated. But guys, listen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, listen, our next hot topic. So, what do you all think about this? They say that your child's manners say more about you as a parent than how fly you dress them. What do you all think about that? Does your children's manners and the way that they are, does that say anything about you as a parent, or is it strictly how you dress them and how you take care of them, or is it a combination of both?
I think it's both. I mean, how you dress them, how how you raise them and stuff. Yeah, and yeah, it's both.
So because see with them manners, so we had when you have these little kids, it's like, okay, so you do your best and you're instilling in them the right things and things of that nature, and then they get out in public in the world and just show they natural
Beat them.
black behinds or vanilla behinds or
Beat 'em.
charcoal behinds or whatever kind of behinds they have. They get out there and show them, and then that's a reflection on you as a parent. So you like, now wait, I know good and doggone well I taught them better than this. And then you go out there and you embarrass the parents, and you now it's seeming as though the parents are not doing their jobs. And so we had one comment where it was said that, you know what? No, it's not a reflection of being a parent. It's not a reflection. It's not a reflection on the parent. It's because nowadays older people have different values. So we got old school mentality and things of that nature. So we think everything is disrespectful. And I wonder, what do you think about that? Like,
not everything is disrespectful. These children know when they did being disrespectful, but a lot of times, I know nowadays these children don't know when they're being disrespectful because the parents are the same age as the children.
Right.
They're just raised wrong. I just be so confused. Like, what's wrong with you? I know you know right from wrong. Even if you weren't taught right from wrong, you still know that what you're saying and how you're dressed and how you're acting is incorrect. So
and I mean, and one while I really wonder, do they really know? I'm like, do they really know? Because if their parents are teaching them that it's okay to go out, when I tell you, I sit in this one nail shop and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm just like, I just put my head down sometimes because I'm just soaking in all of the nonsense. It's just like, it's ridiculous. I mean, I felt like this the last time I got my nails done a couple of weeks ago. This young lady was sitting next to me and she was looking at me, and I didn't know whether to take it as a compliment or what, but it don't matter. Whether I look old, I'm grown. You know I'm grown.
exactly.
So she sits up here and just commenced to saying every cuss word that she can say. She was talking to her little friends. And at one while I felt like she was doing it to see if I heard her. And I remember back in the day, I'm like, I would have never said nothing if I would, which I didn't cuss. But if I did cuss, my people put the fear of, like, we were afraid of everything that you did wrong growing up as a kid. It resulted in death. If you cuss in front of a grown old person, you died. If you did something wrong to an old person, you died. If you made them shake they finger at you like that, oh, that was automatic death right there. So it's everything. So we were always so mindful of what we did in front of adults. Don't let the adult go back and tell your parents what you did. Oh, well, listen, you're going to be beat 50 shades of gray when you get to the house. It ain't they asking you no questions on what you did and what happened to that. Because these new people, little kids got opinions. You 6 years old, you 5, you have an opinion.
Shut up. That's what you feel.
You
feel this ass whooping on you. That's what you feel. Like, you should feel this belt.
I didn't have to like start getting bills in my own name. You know, I'm like, I didn't know that. I want to see what you think about. They didn't care what we. Maybe it's me, but in my household, nobody asked me my opinion. They didn't act. They didn't care how we felt about
something. Wasn't included.
You was going to do as you were told. We didn't ask you to revise what we told you. They didn't care about what you thought about what they told you. This is law, and this is how we're doing it. Now, if at any time you don't like these laws, there's the door, and you're always free to go. Just don't take nothing in here that you. They said, they told us this. You take everything you bought. You know.
You ain't bought nothing.
You know you ain't bought. You take everything you bought. That's what you take. And, you know, so now when they get up, and I remember in the late 80s when they started coming with the, you know, the child abuse, you know, they went on this rampage of tearing up the black families. And so now it's like, you can't whoop your kid if you hit your kid and call the police. Man, I remember somebody I knew called the police. They came to the house. They was like, they said you hit them. Yeah, I did. And you know that's illegal. You can't really do that. All right. Well, anybody that's staying in my house, they gonna follow my rules. And so the kids are doing all this crying. And so the police officer, like, well, do you want to leave? Do you want to go somewhere else?
You can go.
And that's what they was told. They was like, you can go. And the officer was like, well, let them get their clothes. They can get everything they bought. And the police was like, they was like, yeah, back then they stunned, like, yeah, whatever they bought, you can't make. And here's the thing, they couldn't make them get them clothes. You didn't buy them.
Exactly.
So you want to go? Bet how many times they called the police? Never again. Never again. And they made them sit outside the door. The parents made the kids sit outside the door. They sat outside the door, knocking for, I want to be a kid. I want to be good. I'm going to listen. They let them, and it was dark too. And back in one of all them street, they sat on, so we had lived in an enclosed back porch. And so all the buildings was connected so you can hear and see everything. It's like mostly family and close friends that it's like you've been living around each other for so long that, you know, everybody is family. So they sitting up there knocking. I wanna go. I wanna be a kid. Go over here to this neighbor house. Can I come in? Now your mama done already called us.
That's what I do.
Mama done already called. Right? Don't
answer that door.
What you down there sassing your parents for? No, you go your butt back home. You know, we stood together. We was on one accord. Now. Listen, they be trying to get DCF out them. Yeah, and putting you on live. Yeah, she put her out. She cussed her out. She did this, she did. I'm like, wait a minute. So listen, you guys, we got to do better by raising our kids. All we can do is give them our best. We can give, but I don't care. 2021 means absolutely nothing to me. Respect and manners don't change. It don't change with the times. You still supposed to have respect for your elders. You're still supposed to have respect for adults. You're still supposed to have respect for yourself. You're still supposed to have respect and manners for your family and those around you. That don't change. That does not change. I don't care. Tomorrow, 2030, those are still gonna be things that should not change. You shouldn't want an adult seeing you acting unseemly. These kids, they take it as a badge of honor. As many people that can see them, to me, and I still believe this with everything that's in my heart. I still believe that you cutting your days off. You cutting your life off because of you're acting a clown. I'm like, I don't even want to listen because I don't want these little kids to be cutting their life off because you doing something. I try not to let it affect me because I believe that as an adult, you know, if it's pricking you and it's getting to you, you fulfilling the Bible. Like, you can't be. So I'm like, blah, trying to tune them out. Lord, they don't even know. Slap them and they dumb ratchet mama and they dumb ratchet daddies, you know, Smack them. And here, stop letting these kids listen to everything. Stop letting them watch
You
everything.
don't like listening to WAP?
Who?
WAP.
No, she's a because here's the thing. So I'm so glad you brought that up. So it's good enough for our kids to listen to it. She said her daughter can't listen to it. But you got Nay them around here listening to her. My WAP and remember we used to do them cheers and stuff. Oh, Mickey used to find girl.
I didn't go. I didn't do the Mickey used to find cheer.
Yeah, we
how'd that
did it
go?
about once or twice till we got hit in the spine. That's probably why my back be hurting today like that. Because it was certain things, we try to have our little
Our
fast little
cheer.
moments, and we got listen.
Our cheer was okay. Step on the gas, move to the side, and let Edra ride. She gonna walk. Look at that booty, walk.
Oh, see,
And-
yeah, that was
Yeah,
another
that
one,
was
baby.
our
You would have
cheer.
been getting
we was
you would've
about
been getting knocked
6.
right in you're all knocked right
And we
in the
wasn't
back.
even- and I was the baby, so I was about 6, and I swear, like all me and my friends and my sisters, we'd be on the block, and this is in Jersey, so we just, walk, look at that booty, walk, ain't it fine, walk, do you want some? Can't have none. Tootsie roll, tootsie roll, tootsie
And
roll.
then your mama come out that door, pop you dead in the back. Most of y'all see, some of y'all done been, now you're getting older. Now you're getting diagnosed with scoliosis and all that. No, that's just because your mama hit
Whoop
you.
your
Listen,
behind.
they was cracking you whatever part was getting flipped, you getting hit in the back and in the mouth. Listen.
Yeah, I would if my daughter said that at the age
It
that
just-
I was at. Oh my God! Because I'm one I pop in the mouth, so I wish I
Man.
would hear her say some stuff like that. I would so
Pop. Like it's just like some of our teeth ain't right, from all the times we done been smacked in the mouth, smacked in the
Hey,
ear,
Gwen.
smacked up. Some of us can't hear today because we got smacked upside the ear, smacked upside the head so much. You know what? But guess what? You can't use you use them for the time you needed it. But guess what? You're still here and you all right. Some of them, still went a little sideways, but better. And I know, like, even people that I know, like that they did go out and they drank and they smoked. When they saw their elders,
They had
they
respect.
hid it. It don't matter how good and grown they are. They like, oh no, putting that up because it was about respect. So it's not about you. I'm grown. I can know. Am I? Who cares? The folks I'm talking about, they ain't even grown. Listen, you don't even know how to balance a checkbook, and you hollering you grown. The only thing you know how to work is these little electronic YouTube and all this other stuff. You don't know nothing about taking care of you. I take care of myself. Who you live with?
My mama.
I work my own job. But who paying the lights, the gas, and keeping food on the
My
table?
mama.
That don't mean nothing, but I still buy my hair and I get my hair and my nails done. And so when it's time for you to go, can you sleep with that hair? Is that hair going to, be there for you? Is that an investment in your future? That's all I be trying to say. So we gotta do better. We can't be so caught up in the times and trying to be our kids' friends and we want to talk to them and it's okay to keep an open line of communication, but you cannot cross the line because it's a thin line. So parent and friend, when they a certain age, when they growing up, listen, we not friends.
No.
Even when they get grown, we still not friends. I mean, we can have a more casual type of relationship. And guess what? When they're grown, they won't cross that line because you've already laid the foundation for them when they were younger. But for all these parents that, well, now I want to know, how are you feeling about what we're having for dinner tonight? Listen,
I wish the hell I would ask my child how they feeling. I might say, what do you want to eat? I want to feel, I want to do this, whatever. And then my son is usually like, it's whatever you want, mom.
right, but if you're asking them,
Yeah.
because if you asking them, you in the mood to ask what everybody want. But if you say, come on, y'all, it's dinner time, and you come making suggestions, and I didn't ask you, you can remove yourself from the table. You going to bed, guess what? And you ain't got to eat. And guess what? No, you can't have no cereal. You can't have no Pop-Tarts. You can't have nothing but some water or your plate on this table. And guess what? I used to be one of those kids that did not You all let
That's
me
what
have another
that's what she's
transparent
thin
moment.
now.
It was a lot of stuff that I hated to eat. And guess what? I was just that honorary that, you know what? It was plenty of time. So I can tell you, I know how it feels to go to bed on just some water because listen, I hated, I'm going to tell you, I hated raviolis. And I felt like in my spirit, I said, my mama cooked them raviolis just because she knew I hated them. And I never ate them. To this day, I don't eat raviolis. Never. And I was the one. I be sitting there at the table playing in the food, and she come behind me, pop me upside the head. Eat this. I can't. It's like you just physically can't sometimes. But back in the day, listen, they didn't care if you didn't eat it. Listen, that was on you to the next meal. And you know what? To a certain extent. Now listen, I was like that with my son. But now with these little nieces and nephews, like, they got too much going on. I don't even have time for them. I'm just like, listen, we doing whatever y'all want to do. So I got to start talking to myself too a little bit about this. But them ain't my kids. If I can listen, you man, I'm going to shake you up like a bottle of salad dressing. But for those that belong to other people, I try to,
You shake him up like a bottle of
yeah,
salad
I
dressing.
just shake my son up like a bottle of salad dressing. All that
Don't
stuff
shake
at the
like that.
bottom.
Somebody might get
Shake
hurt.
them all up, and then you get to the good stuff. But you got to put the good stuff in them in order for it to be some good stuff there. Because if you're letting them do any and everything that they want to do, listen, y'all see how things are going for us now. So how well is that working for there being no whoopings? How well is that working out? How well is that working out for you not being able to shake them up and thump them up a little bit? How well is that working? How well is that working that you want to give them time out? How well is that working? It works for some situations. Don't get me wrong. It works for some situations. But when you take away that role as a parent and everybody want to be friends, I'm just saying, look at how these little people out here running around.
That's
No
crazy.
direction, no
I'm
guidance,
so sick of
no
this. I'm
anything.
just so sick of, like, when we went out to eat this weekend. The dude that had his pants just all but I'm just so
Oh
sick of
my
looking
goodness.
at your behinds. Like,
Yes.
golly.
Yes.
Don't you feel a certain type of way when the air is just blowing in your little stanky ass? Like, just pull your pants up. Nobody should have to be stuck looking at your behind.
All of your behind. And it's like,
All of
and
it.
to me, again, that's about having manners and that's about having respect. It's like, that's disrespectful. Like nobody wants to see that. So I have young people in my family that do that. When they come around us, they pulling it up. When they leave back out the
Pull it back
door,
down.
they pull it back down. But listen, oh my goodness, just have some tact, have some decorum. But parents, we gotta teach them. They not gonna pick it up. Listen, they not gonna keep everything that you give them that's right, but you would have laid a solid foundation and they're gonna have something to come back to refer to. But if you don't put it in them, then how is it ever gonna be there? So we can't be blaming them for, oh, they did this and they did that. No, what you teaching them? And then we have to be an example as well. So it's like we got to do better. So it's the kids, their manners. It is a reflection of us because that's when I see a kid that don't behave right, I'm straight judging the parents. I'm just like, see, look here they go. I sure do. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be looking because, like I said, I always tell my son, you're a reflection of me. Don't go out here making me look bad. Let me find out some stuff, and now you making me look like I'm unfit or I don't know what I'm doing. We gonna have a problem because again, it's a reflection of me. Nobody should know that you coming from a single family home. Nobody should know that you get to school and act. Listen, I'm gonna fight you like is we 40 going. It's just not gonna be a good thing. So again, we gotta stop letting people influence how we raise our kids. If you're not putting them on timeout, if you're not disciplining them and things of that nature, whatever your definition of discipline is, but you have to step up and be an active role and not let these kids raise themselves and stop giving them so much of a voice. Listen,
Yes.
a voice is earned. You don't just come in this world at 2 telling me what you think is, hey, have you a seat?
And that's what I don't like, the parents that, you allow your children to have a voice. Don't shut up.
Right,
Shut
just quit
up.
talking. You need to learn. This
Shut
is
up.
classes in session.
Because
You learning.
them little bastards, oh my God. They get to say what they want to say, and they
Oh,
cuss, and then you get mad when you put them to school. Now you feel that everybody's picking on them.
Right.
Well, you let this little bastard say whatever they wanted to say.
Yep, absolutely. Or did you get around somebody or get around relatives that don't play that
Yep.
will listen?
That will
I
tell
come from
them
the
off.
old school, from snatching a little kid up.
Mhm.
Now that person, that adult, that family member is wrong, but no, you're wrong because they're not used to kids getting out, like they say, their place. There is a place. You can't be in an adult conversation. Oh, I know that's the
That's
quickest.
what I could
Ooh,
stand.
that's the quickest way to get
Oh
knocked
my
into
God.
the middle of
I've,
next
I've
week.
met parents that would have allowed their children to be in the adult conversation, and then when I say something, because you know me, I don't care what I'm saying. It is what it is. Because if I'm talking to you, then it just is what it is. And then you get mad if I say something vulgar and your child is right there. Then don't sit your little nosy ass child down. How
You
about
ain't even
that?
supposed to be in. If it's adults in there, you are not. Them kids are not supposed to be around. They listen. Go put them. Have them some business somewhere else. But again, guys, we got to take a more. We got to get a more firmer grip because we losing these kids because we letting them do whatever it is that they want to do. We trying to be their friends. Some of us, still don't feel like we should have a kid this age. Listen, you should have thought about that before you was cocking your thighs and dropping it like it was hot. You should have thought about that before you was going camping without your raincoats, fellas. You should have thought about all that. You got these little kids, they here. Raised little Malachi with the 666 on the back of his head. Raise these kids, but we got to do better when parenting them. And that leads to our next hot topic. So, how would you feel dating someone and their ex is still in your children's lives, but it's not their biological parent? Do you feel some type of way like you in a long-term relationship? The kids got attached to the ex. You and the ex are no longer together, but the kids still bonded with the ex. Do you sever that relationship between the kids and the ex as well? Or do you let that relationship continue as is as long as you have no involvement with it?
It depends on what's the ex's role. Say the ex is like a teacher or educator or something like that, then okay. I'm gonna still let you keep your relationship because they're clearly in a they're in a mentor role. But if you just a ex, dude, don't you got your children to go hang out with? You should go hang out with your child. Your child needs his daddy. It's okay. You should go check up on your child. It's okay. Let my new boo do this right here.
Ooh, Lord,
It's okay. What would you do?
that's always so sticky. I never liked inviting my son to get to
Alright.
know people. So
Mhm.
I'm just like, because of that situation. And I'm like, and I really didn't like, meeting other people, kids, unless we were gonna be together. Because I'm like, if your kid is not a demon, then 9 times out of 10, me and your kid, we gonna connect and we gonna be loving on each other. And then like if things go wrong between us, I mean, I'm the type I would still want to talk to your kid. If I formed a relationship with the kid,
Mhm.
I still want to have that relationship if they don't mind. If the kid, and I would leave that totally up to the kid. If the child decided to sever the relationship with me because of the father, then I will respect that. But if the kid wanted to say, Miss J, okay, listen, we still can listen. We still gonna listen. I will make it clear. I don't want to hear nothing about your dad. Don't you go taking no information about me back to your daddy. And we not gonna talk about your daddy, and that's just it. And as long as we can coexist like that, I'm okay with that. But I wouldn't want to, it gets sticky though, because you have the ex thinking that you're trying to hang around, you're trying to hold on. And it's just like when the family members get attached to you and they want you to stay around, and that kind of makes it hard for the new person to come in. So it's definitely a sensitive situation to be involved with when you have kids and family. But again, I'm just like, one part of me says that, if you, just because you guys broke up, don't mean that I have to break, the kids break up and all these other relationships, they break up. But at the same time, by you being the ex, you have to set the tone, and there are boundaries. Like, if they invited me to come over for the holidays, I'm not gonna go to the holidays. I'm not
Why
gonna
not?
do,
Let's go ahead and go to the holidays.
because it would be disrespectful to the other, his new relationship. So I wouldn't do anything like that. But I'm like, okay, well, if you want to see, we can see each other afterwards, or you can come over afterwards and we can spend like the rest of the time together. But I believe, and I'm like this, I'm a peacemaker. So I would tell the kid, I believe that this is an important time where you spend with your family. When you done, we got all, listen, we gonna do it up afterwards, but enjoy yourself with your family. And then but you are my family. I'm like, I know, but I'm the second family. So and we can do things like that to help keep the peace. But let me tell you, some of us so doggone petty, baby. If we see an inch to tear up something new, we listen, we gonna take it. The kids invite us over, or the mamas, or whatever, the sister. Well, this is my friend before y'all started talking, so I don't know what you're talking about. So she coming over for the holidays, and that friend be just as messy. Like, well, my friend invited me over. Now he finna be over there with his new boo. So now y'all finna be acting crazy at Thanksgiving. This is not the time for that nonsense. So let's just get a grip on it. If you can do it in a grown and sexy manner and keep it respectful, then I would definitely say I don't think there's anything wrong with keeping in contact with, the kids from an ex's relationship. Even if they may not like it, but at the same time, I'm gonna still be respectful, because again, I'm not trying to have this unnecessary beef, especially if I didn't even birth you. I cannot be sitting up here getting migraines because I'm worried about you and your kid. I'm just not gonna do it. So if it can be, I'm not
migraines.
Yeah, I ain't getting migraines from. Listen,
not migraines, but you get migraines.
Migraines, Myers grains. I'm not
all the grains.
All of that.
All the grains.
I'm not trying to get it. So I'm just like, if it's something that can be done peacefully, then I'm gonna do it. But if it's something that's gonna be causing a whole lot of drama, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in it. I'm gonna have to pass, and I will definitely explain it to the kid. Listen, I love you.
I love you.
We,
but
you know what? And
so
maybe
up.
when you get older, you'll be able to understand, why
Your
and I, because it's like you got to break up with them, and then now you got to break up with them. So it's like once you get older, maybe you'll understand why you and I can't be, we can't be in each other's lives. But that don't mean that you're not gonna always be special to me, be my number one. We ain't got to see. I feel like it's a way to do everything. Like sometimes we fight because your daddy don't want, your mama don't want me to be this because your mama. We ain't got to be doing all that.
Your mama ain't.
We ain't got to be doing all that, because again, it be about the kids. So it's like, find a way to let them down easy if that your relationship with them is not, acceptable, to the parent, because the biological parent, they can definitely make that type of situation very difficult for you, because in reality, you have no legal ties to their children. And some people just like, okay, you know what? No, I don't want you around. It's over. And I don't want you around my child. My child, again, don't know what's best for them. I know what's best for them, and I don't want you around. When you get that kind of conversation, then you got to disappear and let these folks go on about their lives. But if you can, if it's a peaceful way, if your kid has, established, especially if some of these people, listen, shout out to the stepdaddies. They done been in these kids' lives since they was 1 and 2 years old, and then y'all break up when they 11. Wait a minute, that's the only daddy he know. So it's like that's the only mother they know. You listen, we as parents gotta be mindful on splitting that, because that can definitely be detrimental to them. So at that point, I think I'm always liking this. I love some therapy. There's nothing wrong with sitting on a little couch and just trying to figure out where we can go to make things better. So I definitely suggest a trip on a couch when you're dealing with a situation like that. But guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break.
Short.
And when we return, we have more hot topics to cover. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and
Loving
families.
you
One conversation at a time.
has always been easy because it's true. Yeah. I would not believe if someone would have told me you would come along. Oh, to revamp my soul, cause I was knowing love, my heart had grown cold. So cold. You had good energy, exactly what I needed. You walked in my life and placed the joy where was needed. Not a mirage, what I feel for you. Put that on God, girl, I'm loving you. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Oh yeah. Loving you has always been easy cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always been wonderful, more than you'll ever know. We got good chemistry, go together like love sex. The passion and care we show one another tops all the rest. The feelings I have for you, I ain't felt in so long. What we share together, baby, the bond is so strong. It's no facade of what I feel for you. Put that on God, I got love for you. Yeah, said it's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy, baby. Easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy, easy to love. Said it's easy, so easy to love, easy to love you. Loving you has always been easy cause you're beautiful. Loving you, yeah, it's what I search my life to do. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten.
Yes.
Hey, E, how's it going?
Girl, I'm just
The struggle is real.
I'm going off of like 3 hours of sleep, and I woke up at 3:30 this morning. I've been up since 3:30 this morning, so I'm tired.
Oh, well, we're sending good vibes your way. Woo, 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 woo,
I was
woo.
driving here to snatch off the bra. I wanted to pull the girdle off and fling it out the window. But hey.
She works hard for her money, so you better treat her right. I got a good one. I'm like, oh, my things looking like they all big and stuff. I got a good one.
They do look big. They do look humongous. Look at them D's. Throw them D's on it. Throw them D's
See,
on
that's how
it.
you know that they ain't real, because they don't even move.
don't
It's just the
move.
bra. I'm like, but I like this.
Her boobs, they don't move.
Like,
You
oh,
got Gorilla Glue on them.
yep.
Her boobs, They don't move.
Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa puff, shimmy, shimmy, pop.
Ah,
Let me stop because I listen.
you gonna
So
hurt yourself.
anybody got a shoulder that they
Mm-mm,
don't need?
mm-mm,
Let
mm-mm,
me use it for a couple of
mm-mm,
weeks. I'll give it back
mm-mm,
to you. I promise you, I'll give you your shoulder back
no,
in
mm-mm,
good condition. Because this one right
mm-mm,
here, y'all can have this one right here. I
mm-mm.
exchange this shoulder in for a new model. But guys, listen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, listen. Our next hot topic. Now, see, I'm gonna answer, from a personal level when we talk about this. Can a woman turn a man off by being too independent? Can a woman turn a man off by being too independent? Because when I hear that, I'm like, okay, well, here you go. You're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. But can a woman turn a man off by being too independent? What are your thoughts on that, E? Can a woman turn a man off? He like, okay,
It
she
depends
just
on how like she's coming with her independence. If she's rude and I think disrespectful, I think that's where the turnoff lies.
and I think that's like that's a misconception when you think of independent, because just because you're independent don't mean that you're rude, but it could be a turn. I can see how it can be a turn off, like if she's independent, like me, you don't like asking for nothing. You don't like asking for
But you're
help
not
for
rude with it and stuff,
right. But do men see that as a turnoff? Is if it's like you never act like you need help with anything, like you never need anything. Like,
That's what we
is
the
it
opposite
even
at.
normal for being in a relationship in like 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5 years, and you've never asked him for anything? I that would definitely be
That
me.
won't be me. We're not gonna be in this relationship, and I can't come to you and I'm in need or whatever.
But it's not like you can't. You just
No,
haven't.
we're not going to be in this. I'm going to need you eventually for something or whatever. It's that's just how relationships work. But be it friendships or whatever, be it same sex, opposite sex. That's just how these ships work.
It's hard though.
It's not hard.
It is hard.
Penises are hard.
But it is also hard to ask, can I or can you? It's hard to do. Like for me, it's hard. So I mean, I know that I consider myself independent, but I'm not rude. I mean, I'm just like if I'm in need, then I'm standoffish. Like I don't want to be bothered because I got some things that I got to figure out. And those will probably be the times where you should go to the person that you're dating or in a relationship, but I won't. I'm going to figure it out on my own because that's just how I'm built. And then I feel better once I have it figured out. So by taking that route, fellas, is that a turnoff though? Like, like, dang, she ain't never, because some men do look forward to being able to feel like they can do
for you, and you're just trying to pull it from them. I will let you. Hi, what you want to do? Okay, here you go.
If he didn't offer though, then he not doing it. So it's like,
well, then you sit there with him and you you'd be like, baby, and then you just slide the bill over that way.
No,
you're like, baby, look at that electric bill.
No, I can say I've never had a man pay a bill for me, never, because I'm single. So I'm like, I've never asked the dude to pay no bills for me, and I'm thankful for that because that means that I'm like, I've been able to at least cover the essentials. But I don't no. But again, fellas, so by me saying that, is that like a turnoff? Because again, I'm not rude with it, but I'm just not gonna come to you. And that doesn't mean that I don't need him or she doesn't need a man. It's just that those things she got covered. Now listen, when my anxiety is up, when I'm feeling crazy and listen, that's what I need. That's the comfort and that's the type of, but and then I'll probably ask for a little assistance in that area, maybe depending on, how riled up I am. But for the most part, like I said earlier, I just don't like asking for stuff.
Bill Max said she'll be calling me cheap.
You know what, BL Mac, this is definitely, I think he's referring to the last the post with the girl asking to have all her stuff, a man pay all of her stuff. But
He just
fellas,
put this.
what do you all think? Is a woman being too independent, is that a turnoff? And ladies, when you say that you're independent, are you cocky with it? Are you rude with it? Are you being independent? Does that mean that you don't need a man? Because I don't take it like that. I never said that, oh, I don't need a man and all this and that. I would never say that. I've never said that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not asking for nothing. Like, I just don't feel comfortable.
I'm not going to ask, but I would need you to offer.
Okay.
At least offer. If we're together and stuff and, offer. What's wrong with offering? You offer to take me out to eat. You offer, you make sure I stay fat and stuff. You try to offer me some penis or something. Well, just why you offer me some penis? Can you wrap a $100 bill around the penis too? I'm just saying. It's put your credit card. Take your credit card to the penis and then offer me that. I'd be like, oh,
2 for 1.
and the penis on here too. Oh, and if you ain't got a credit card, attach your EBT card to it. That spins well too. The state sometimes put a little cash up on that. I'm happy. It's just a happy thing.
Stephen is saying, hello, I'm late. Hey, Stephen, how you doing? Hey, Lady A, she's saying, Jay, then what do your man do for you? He comforts me emotionally. We're there for each other. Conversation-wise, it's like all those other things. Like, I don't know. Like, Lady A, you see, that's why I'm glad you on the feed. Help me. Should I be asking? Should you ask? Should these independent women be
hints.
asking?
You should do subtle hints.
Well,
I told you. This the baby, right? Hey, baby, how you doing? And then the bill right there. And hey, like, what's this? I don't even know. I just was on my door, and I don't even know, boo. But what it say?
Or maybe start talking about, oh, well, man, my mortgage is due this day, and I wouldn't even, oh my God, that would be so embarrassing. Oh my God.
Y'all be getting ready to get, to do it, right? And then he'll undress you. And then you got the car note taped to your boobs. The invoice, the car note of the day. Be like, babe, what's that? Oh, it's a new tattoo. Read it clearly. Read it real good.
Capital One. Like, wait a minute. No, oh my goodness. I'm gonna need all the independent women, because I do believe that independent women are out here getting assistance. I don't know. Does that mean you're not independent if you're getting assistance from a man or from somebody else? Does that make her not independent? I don't know. I don't even like that category. I prefer self-sufficient. That's what I like. That's more better for me, because when you say self-sufficient, at least it doesn't come with a negative connotation attached to it, I hope. But this independent, I think that if you have a cocky, I don't need a man type attitude.
I got a man. I don't need
what
you.
What your man gotta do with me?
I got a man.
You got a what? How long you had that problem? Yeah, that was a song back in the day. Now I'm saying something like that, man, y'all will be fighting. Y'all be on World Star. But with that, I don't know, like, just that I don't need a man, I don't want a man type attitude, like that would probably, in my opinion, be a turn off to him. But if she's self-sufficient, then I think that might be cool. But at the same, listen, I'm self-sufficient, but I'm needy in a couple of ways. See, it may not be financially, but listen, I got all these other issues that I'm gonna need you to focus on and address. So I got all that. So you got your hands full with all those other things that I need.
Are you telling him that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, because if you don't want to tell him,
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like, if I can't sleep, okay, I need you to get up. I need you to talk. I need you to talk me through it. If I'm having an episode, that's more important than me trying to dry bag for the bill, because I got the bill. But listen, I'm about to have, this
you
elevator
need a psychiatrist
is freaking,
at nighttime.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's trying to sleep.
Right. Snap out of it. Listen. Beat. We need you right now. We need to
hey,
get
pretty
you
Barbie.
snappy on the double. We need you to wake up,
Snappy
and
on the
I just
double.
need you to listen. That's where, so it's like that's where your need, that's where his need
What if he
comes
want to
in.
get to the nappy dugout?
If he want to get to the nappy dugout, listen, we're having a full meltdown. Get your mind out. You're right. So listen, I'm having a meltdown. Who's thinking about nappy? Well, probably the guy. Listen, I'm like, I need a mental tune up, and you sitting up here. Man, her booty sure is big. Her titties. Wait a minute. I'm freaking out over here. And you got lust on. Snap out of
Baby,
it.
just put your head on my lap.
Yeah,
Talking to the mic.
You like, aren't you sleeping? No, sleeping. I'm gonna finish. Are you listening to me? Lay down and get comfortable. I am comfortable like me.
What is that? What is that? No.
So those are all. Listen, it's so much besides finances. Now I think when you get married, I think that that's something totally different. But we got Lady A. She's saying your life is more than comforting you. You can still use financial assistance for a variety of things. And I'm gonna listen to Lady A because her and DJ Flick, they listen. They one of my favorite couples. So you know what? I received that, Lady A. Thank you for pouring that into me because I'm listening, because I'm gonna be a wife and I want to be a really great, dope wife, a crazy one. He gonna know that. Listen, the crazy is gonna come before everything, but then all the other good stuff will pour in. But you gotta know that you're getting crazy. Like that's the number one thing he gotta know. Listen, I know my baby. I know her elevator
crazy.
just be like, I know.
That's why I love her.
I know that bird that comes in and out that house on that clock, it's cuckoo. That's what I'm dealing with. But guess what?
I love her.
She mad and I love her because listen, I don't want Dr. Slowinski. You're not gonna try to fix me, no, because I've been.
You want some pills?
No, listen, the pills will just make it worse, make me have Bell's palsy, all this other stuff. So listen, if you are independent, as I said, I like self-sufficient. You don't have to have a negative attitude that will push a man off and make him feel like you don't need him for anything. Again, that's something that I'm still working and learning. Maybe it is a turn off, and that's why I wanted to see what the fellas, guys, what are you guys thinking about? She out here because it's like I feel at one way you feel like you can't win for losing. She the gold digger or she too independent. What you want? You want her asking for you for something all the time, or do you want her to bring her own stuff, or do you want to find a balance? I don't know what that balance is, but I'm looking forward to you all helping me to find out what that balance is. Lady A is saying, do you cook for him? Do any errands for him? Absolutely. Like when you married or in a relationship, absolutely. That would be something. I'm not, shining doing that. We ordering out and all this other stuff because I believe that you're supposed to be a helpmate when you married. Like, and even if you're in a relationship, if they got a hectic schedule and they want you to do that, I mean, if they want you to do it, they want you to do it. They don't, I mean, then they fine doing it. But again, a man can be independent and he can cook for himself, he can do his own laundry and all this other stuff, pay his own bills. But then when she do it,
it's a problem.
So we got to just make up our mind, y'all. So, but again, if you're independent, then be independent. It's nothing wrong with being independent, but just don't have a bad attitude. I think that's the part that is a turn off where I do this, I take care of myself, I do this, I do that. I don't need nobody to do nothing. No. I'm not going to say those words. I'm not going to say what I don't need because I am needy. I need the garbage taken out. I need the snow removed off the car. I need you to come get me because it's raining and snowing outside. So I need a lot of stuff. I need a lot of stuff done, so I am very, needy and accommodating. Listen, it's raining outside. I got to go to work. Can you take me to work? I'm needy. Listen. So I may not ask you to pay a bill, But listen, I will ask you to take me somewhere quick, fast. You be like, now you got a whole car
And
parked out.
It won't move it.
Can you
you
can you
come
take
take
me?
me?
Can you please take me? Because I don't know where I'm going.
All those
I
things
don't even know
require
how to go.
finance.
I don't know where I'm
All
going.
those things
Well,
require
then
finance.
I'm not independent, and so I'm self-sufficient to a certain point, and then now, so therefore, this should not be offensive. This should not be a turn off because I'm like, I need you to take me there. I need that. Okay, so I just put it out there. I need that, which will lead to our next hot topic. In a relationship, do you need to talk to that person every day?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
They may be busy.
The hell? If you was married to the person, you gonna talk to them every day. What the hell? What the?
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Then we ain't in a relationship.
Man, you know what? That is so. That
We
is
just
so
friends that I talk to
key
you
to
every
me.
now and
Like,
again.
you have to talk. I mean, especially if you're not seeing everybody, you seeing each other every day. There's no reason why you should not be talking to the person that you're in a relationship with every day. And if that's, an issue, maybe some people are not like that. So again, that's something that needs to be communicated with upfront, because you can't be expecting to talk to somebody every day and they be like, okay, well, I mean, I just talked to you yesterday. Okay, and it's today. And we have not talked today. So we gotta talk today. We gotta talk every day, but not to the point where, and here's, I'm gonna slide another hot topic in there. Do you need to talk or be around your boo or your significant other 24/7?
I don't need to be around you. That now, no, I
No,
don't need to be around you like that.
no, I don't. Listen, we have our own separate lives. We have our own separate friends. We have our own separate interests. We don't have to be up. Listen, I'm needy, but I'm not, listen,
No.
I'm not straight jacket for that part. I'm not straight jacket needy. We can talk. I need to talk to you every day. That's a given. We got to talk every day. We got to have some type of communication every day. But to sit up under you 24/7, I don't have that type of time. And I don't want to be with nobody else that got that type of time. So it's like, because we should be moving and shaking. We got things to do. But when we come together in our allotted time, we're going to make the most of it, go our separate ways, and keep it moving. But I'm not trying to sit up here, 20. That mean we broke. That mean we not getting to no money if we sitting up under each other 24, and we're bound to get on each other's nerves. I know. Good for Lord. If you up under me 24/7, I know. Before the 7th hour, before that 24/7 hits one time, I promise you I done got on your nerves about 12,000 times. I know this. So 24/7 is not needed. But talking every day is imperative. And Lady A is saying the same thing. Talking every day is very imperative. So definitely, if you in a relationship with somebody, there's no reason why you shouldn't be talking to them. If the free leader of the world, when he was in control, if he was able to tweet all this nonsense every day, then you should be able to, talk. And he was tearing up a whole country too. So you should be able to talk to your significant other or your boo. If you working a job or you running your own business, there's no reason why you can't talk to your boo. But guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break.
Short.
And when we return, we have a few more hot topics. And guys, we have a guest that is joining us in studio. So we have so much more. So please stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. He be tuning in. Hey, congratulations on everything that you got going on with your artist, MC Brain. He's definitely a friend of the J Spot. So, guys, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also, follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also, follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, listen, also please do me a favor. We have tell everybody how they can get in contact with you, because you ain't gave your information stuff out in a while. So ain't nobody been following Cole Lewis.
So, I be asleep. I be busy.
Well,
Yeah,
you
be
can
busy.
listen.
Follow Simply East Corner on Facebook. Follow Simply East Corner on Instagram and also Simply Eat on TikTok. I have a ball.
Yes, you do. See, you
TikTok
on
is
that
just
cat.
so fun. Me and my little good old Cinnaball, she came out for Pride Month because he's transgender and stuff. So, my cat came out for Pride.
Well, again, guys, thank you so much. We want to thank the J Spot, Pillow Talk with Jay, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay, the Real MVPs, Pit Life, 30 and Up doing us, 180 Real Talk Chicago. Who else? It's so many. Everybody, guys,
Fabulous
thank you.
40 and over.
Thank you
over
guys
Club
so
and-
much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for rocking with us. And guys, listen, we thank you so much. DJ Flick and Lady A, guys, they have so much stuff going on. Go to their page, the Kings of Chicago house, and Lady A, drop their information in our feed so that we can definitely share you guys' upcoming events. But they're definitely friends and family of the J Spot. So we want to thank them so much for tuning in. Do me a favor, guys. This portion of the J Spot is being brought to you by Delaware Inc. So do me a favor, go to his page, place the order. He has some neat, cool t-shirts. He got the summer colors in. So definitely feel free to place an order and use reference code J, and that's JAYE. Guys, we have a special guest with us tonight. We have Mr. Tim. He writes poems.
Yes, I do.
He has a book of poems called Woman Inc.
Woman Inc. Yeah.
Woman Inc. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Tim. Tell people how they can get in contact with you and how they can get a hold of a copy of your project.
Well, the project is still in the works. It's almost done.
Speaking to the mic.
So we are establishing a web page at this moment. Closer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speak a little louder.
The book is about just my exes, just different experiences, life experiences, love lessons, things like that. It's romantic, it's erotica, and hopefully it'll help some people with their relationships.
So you said X, so is it good stories, bad stories, a combination of both?
It's a combination of both. Yeah.
So what made you write a book like that
Well,
about
actually,
your exes?
It's the life lessons that come with it, and it's like with them, they've been pretty much supportive of the entire thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I hate to say it, but most of us guys don't actually learn our lessons. So it's like I like to learn something from every relationship I've been in.
So give me two things that was important that you learned that you don't think most men learn.
Well, off the top of my head, I'd say I actually went back and asked 5 or 6 of my exes. I think it was like 5. What my faults were in the relationship. And I noticed that there was a lot of similarities in the things they were saying. So when 5 different women tell you, well, hey, this was an issue, that was the issue, that you need to pay attention.
Wow, that's really insightful because most people blame, it's like almost 9 times out of 10, we blame everybody else for the reason why the relationship failed. But I like that because, again, we play a role in it. I mean, you may not have been the one to cause the, explosion, but I just don't think that one person is, totally at fault for relationships and marriages failing. So I definitely like that. That was definitely insightful. So listen, guys, what did I do wrong? Because if, like you said, if 5 people said the same thing,
yes, same things,
it's a problem. And listen, all 5 people ain't gonna be lying on you saying the same thing.
So what they say about
on top of that, they don't even really know each other.
Really?
So it wasn't like they could compare notes.
So do you want to say what they said? You want to tell us what they said? Share something that you think that's general, that's not too personal, that you feel comfortable with sharing that you learned by going back and talking to the ex. Because again, when we break up, we just break up. We don't care what went wrong. We don't care what their experience was like. What is it like to be with me? What type of mate am I? People don't ask that question.
Yeah.
I like to ask that question because, I don't want to think that, I'm perfect and I'm doing all this right. And you wasn't happy. Like, I'm thinking I'm doing all this. I'm just the end all be all. they didn't think so.
Yeah. Well, one thing that stands out now that you mentioned it, uh, I've had a few tell me that the only way I knew how to show love in a relationship was by spending money.
Really?
You know, and taking a look at that over the years, I realized that, like the psychologists say, I think we get a lot of things from our childhood. And as a kid, I was very generous. My mother couldn't understand why I get a shirt off my back to anybody I saw. And for some reason, that kind of transcends into my adult life when it came to my lovers. It's like what I thought about traveling, spending money, shopping sprees, things like that, that was my way of showing love. But what I thought about, for example, running bathwater when she comes home from work, it was like, I'm not that guy. That guy doesn't have a job. That guy doesn't support you. So it's like I was really good with the financial part of it. I was even pretty good with the romantic part of it. It's just I had that go big and not at all type mentality.
And then that could have been just what your love language is. So that's how you
Exactly.
show
Exactly.
love. But again, like you said, when you go back and you ask them, like everybody's love language is not
Yeah.
money, because
Yeah.
it's like, okay, well, you can give me money or buy all these things or do all this stuff, but we're not spending no time together. We're not doing nothing that's special. So finding out what a love language is. I'm so big on people finding out what each other's love language is, because again, you can think that you are the best mate possible, but if you're not tapping into what they need, then
Right.
you
Right.
still missing a mark. Like you doing all of this, but you missed it. Like you totally went over their head. So I definitely think that was a great concept. Now, are
Well, you know what else, Joe? I was raised with a father in the household.
Mhm.
So I saw what my father did with my mom. And it's like I incorporated that in my love life. But it's like the little things, like you said, I kind of missed, looking back on it. But now when I contact them or they contact me, it's like, hey, we had some really good times, we had some really bad times. And it's like there's a lot of things they miss about the relationship because that's kind of hard to find these days with most guys.
Oh, it true. Listen, these new age folks, let me tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo! That's all I can say is woo, Lord, 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 these new age folks. But tell everybody how they can get in contact with you and stay in contact with you with your social media, and when your project is complete, how they can get a hold of it. But definitely give your social media info.
Well, the book is called Woman Inc. As far as the social information,
Your social media page, Sympathy.
He can
Tim Taylor, the poet. Yeah.
Okay,
Hyphenate the
so
poet.
definitely go, and
Yeah.
we'll have that information posted on the J Spot as well as Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. So guys, listen, we're gonna take a short musical break.
Short.
And when we return, we have more hot topics to cover, and then we're getting into what we're talking about: lying and cheating.
Mhm.
This 2021. Why we still lying?
Why we still cheating?
Why we still playing these games? We're gonna talk about it next. You're listening to the J
J
Spot,
Spot.
where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20 piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. No. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nail done. When you put that clothes on, why you gotta look so good, 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 good? With your hair done, nails done. When you put that clothes on, girl, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. you're grown on. Why you gotta look so good, 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 good? It's something about you. Why you gotta look so good? When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Oh, when you're at the job, just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club, turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting them wrong, woman, on. Why you gotta look so good, 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 good? Put your hair down, your nails done. When you put the gold on, girl, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. On IntellectualRadio.com, we are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kid. Hey, E. How you doing?
I'm well.
Good. And sitting next to sizzling, sexy, simply E, we have our guest for the night, the poet Tim Taylor, author of Woman Inc. coming soon. We'll definitely have his information posted on our page. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Now, guys, listen. This has always burned my draws to a crisp, okay?
To a crisp.
To a crisp.
A hot crisp.
So if I'm gonna act like I didn't even hear the producer back there, cause see, you know what? I'm keeping moving. I'm gonna get you after the show though. If you find out that your man is talking to another woman, should you contact her? Would you contact her? If yes, why? If no, why? So your dude is talking to somebody else. Would you contact the woman? Or
I will only do that if I know her. Like you my friend, and I'm gonna check him. But if you're my friend, why are you talking to my guy? Like, why? You couldn't tell me what was going on, or who you just decided to talk to my guy behind my back, and then what are y'all talking about? It's not that deep that y'all need to talk.
I'm not talking to no woman about
my friend.
No man. I'm not like
we friends, and you my girl. I'm Jay. Why you talking to my
now,
dude?
why I got to be
Cause she my girl. Cause
But what if it's a stranger?
if it's a stranger, then I'm gonna check your ass. That's just how I'm gonna check the dude. Like what the hell?
Right.
But if if I know her, I'm gonna check both of you. I might check both of y'all asses in front of each other just to
for
see
the
who going the lie. I want to see the lie. Find the lie.
Just for the record, I'm not going to be talking to nobody's dude. Listen, listen. This how bad I am about talking to somebody else's dude in church. Listen, don't come over here hug. Listen, because you know how the wives be looking at the single. First, because listen, I'm be honest. I had to tell a couple of them. Listen, he can barely afford to take care of you and your family. What can he do over here? I'm done struggling.
You know why we together.
Listen.
You know why we together.
Y'all can struggle over there. I'm good. Y'all keep all that struggling stuff. Y'all keep that over here. I'm a party of one. I got this over here. I don't need. Listen, he come. I can't. I'm a little short. Listen, you are a lot short. Going back over there with you, your wife, and your 12. Listen. keep that over
We
there.
got 12
So
kids
I've had to tell him,
because the stuff we like to do and how he can.
I
put it
don't
down.
want them. You the
You
only
want
one
'em.
that you the only
You
one
want
that
'em.
want them. So to keep me from having to have listen, because I told you I've been called in the pastor's office a couple of times throughout my life, and I had to listen,
She's a homeworker.
set a couple of folks straight.
Jay's a homeworker.
Listen, I don't want them. And then now, sister, well, you don't have to talk that down on me. You know, you are in the house of the Lord and all this. Well, listen, what can he do for me? Nothing. Now, see, now, then, now,
like
okay, but you know what? I just caught it, you all. That's what I am, a little arrogant. I just caught it. Because, you know, because listen, I'll be quick to listen. I'm at a whole lot of it. Well, you don't have to, but listen, it's a way to talk to the brothers where you need to keep the brothers out. So
out my inbox,
out my face, out my whole atmosphere. So I just made it a rule. I don't hug nobody else's dude. I listen, don't come over here if your wife, because it ain't nothing about me. It ain't no reflection on me, but I'm just trying to save your feelings and your wife's feelings, because if anybody come asking me anything, you gonna get just a whole slew of stuff that you was not even ready for. And then now the whole family gonna be sad because I've depicted your whole situation. I'm good over here. Listen, he out, listen. What you talking to me for? If he over here in my face, 9 times out of 10, you know he in somebody else's face. Especially when you know he got a history of cheating. What you confronting the other woman for?
he just fell into
You
it.
just seem like you so outspoken. I find it hard to believe they actually would approach you like that.
Really? Yeah, that
You
because I'm really shy.
okay.
Boy, you been
I'm-
glad I
I'm-
can't curse.
yeah,
Boy,
right,
I
yeah.
can back a
I'm
curse.
really-
Sugar,
I'm
honey,
really-
iced tea.
I'm shy. I'm very, very, very bashful. But
no, I remember we was walking from the old studio. We was going to our cars, and this guy had came by. He was like, "Man, do y'all have any spare change?" She was like, "No," and I was just like, I was about to open up my purse, and she was like, "No, bye," and I was like, "Oh, I guess we put this little purse right on the way and this little
She said,
change."
"Did I?"
Yeah, I was
I
like,
remember that.
I remember. I was like, "Oh,
You was
okay."
high. That wasn't
I
me.
wasn't high. I didn't get high back then.
That was
I
not.
didn't
I
know
don't.
how
I
I
don't
don't
remember.
get
I
high
don't
then.
remember that.
I remember clearly.
If I did, I'm so sorry.
No, you not.
But
He gonna be all right because he gonna go to the next one down at the street and he gonna be all right. He probably got a whole pocket full of money. He gonna be all right. He ain't walking. He faking his car around the corner. I remember I was like, "Oh, you right. You from the west
You know
side."
what though? Not to cut you off. I was in church one Sunday. I'll never forget this. The preacher was doing a sermon, and all the pretty women were sitting up front. Nice dresses, big legs showing. He literally stopped his sermon and he goes, "You know what? I'm a married man, but I'm a man first. And you ladies gonna have to cover y'all legs."
Mm.
And that was just the boldest thing I've ever heard. A
Cause
preacher
see,
say
you need
right
that.
out.
See, you need them them old school church mothers. Because see, they wasn't playing. Listen, you can't come in there with your skirt tail, but below the knee, above the knee,
Above the knee,
baby.
bottom
Listen,
thighs.
first of
Yeah.
all, they was gonna pull you to the side and hem you up and give you something else. But I promise you, you was not sitting at that. You was not sitting on that front pew. You was not sitting nowhere near. You wasn't sitting. No, listen, all hussies. I mean, listen, listen. Y'all sit at the back. Okay, that's
Now
where
you telling
they.
your
That's
age.
that's where they sitting at. They sitting in the back. That's when you sitting at. They not having you. You got your skirt tail up. Listen,
So
I
you
come from a
couldn't-
long. Listen, I come from a sanctified church. They don't play. Listen, my shirt is out of order today. Let me see. Let go
Yes,
up
it
into the
is.
church. Up. Woo,
You would be in so much
if
trouble.
my grandma was still alive, I swear for Lord, listen, I would listen. I would never. That's all I'm gonna say. I would.
That's how it is.
never-
Like when you come into the mosque,
and
right?
I respect that. I would not go to church dressed like this
that, yeah.
because that's again, as we talked about
That's-
earlier, respect and manners. My people raised me right. I don't.
yes.
Oh, I'm grown. I can dress. Okay, no, I'm
No.
not.
It's certain ways that
no,
you
I'm
dress.
not. No, I'm
When,
not.
Like
no,
coming
I'm
into the
not.
mosque, when you come into the mosque, especially on Sundays and stuff, and it's just the lost found or women off the street or whatever. They'll come in and they think that you can come as you are because that's the saying at churches or whatever.
That's a
come as
lie.
you
I
are.
hate that saying.
I know.
I hate that saying.
So you have some that'll have the short skirts on, and once they do, the sisters will be like, "Oh, come here, beloved,"
right.
and because we got extra clothes right here behind the counter for you, and you're gonna take this long skirt and go on up in the bathroom and put that long skirt on over your outfit or whatever you got revealing and stuff. And if your shoulders are uncovered or whatever, take this little sweater. And then now you can go sit down where you need to belong.
Oh, but they gonna get you. And again, it's nothing. People today, oh, that's judgmental. God say come as you are. Yeah, but the club got listen. So
the club got rules,
right? So you're not gonna go in. You ain't gonna go in the club with your long dress on down to your feet. You finna put the hoochie mama stuff on. So listen, that's why I never went with all that. Come as you are. No, you're not. No, you not. No, you not. You trying to get listen, no, you're not. So if you gonna respect all these other establishments, you gonna respect the house of God. That's what you gonna do. But guys, listen, we're gonna get into our topic for tonight. First, I want to send a shout out again to Lady A. Definitely do me a favor, go to Chicago Kings of House. They're having an all-white party. It's going to be on August the 21st. So definitely, Lady A, drop the link in the feed. We'll definitely have that link. Definitely support the Chicago Kings of House. Man, I'm telling you, they event last year we couldn't do it because of COVID or whatever, but their events at Daily Plaza off the chain. So you definitely go to Chicago Kings of House page and check them out. Now listen, lying and cheating. Come on. Wow, listen. Why we still doing all that? First, let's just talk about what is cheating. Because see, there's different definitions of cheating. And we got to make sure we're defining because everybody's definition of cheating is different. Absolutely. So, according to an online source, there are several definitions of what cheating is, ranging from having sexual contact with someone other than your partner to discussing things of a sexual nature with a member of the opposite sex. I'm going to go ahead on and scratch that opposite sex out.
Nowadays.
Because listen, okay, so nowadays, so again, that's why you got to talk about it because they saying of the opposite sex. So now if him and Tyrone talking, and they talking sexual stuff and they doing sexual stuff, they the same sex. So is that not cheating? Beloved, if she over there with Lamika and they rubbing each other down, is that not cheating?
Giving each other a massage.
Listen, so cheating is doing it, having personal conversations, saying those things to somebody that's outside of your mate or your spouse, and you doing it in secret. See, that's when you know you're doing wrong. And anything that you're not gonna do boldly in front of your mate or your spouse, you treading on thin.
You said how big your stuff is, yeah.
Thin ice. You treading on thin ice. So it's like you already know you don't want to do it.
I shave mine too. Okay. Wow. Okay.
You talking about that in front of your mate or your spouse? Right.
Shay, why?
I'm like, man, listen. So what are your definitions of cheating?
Oh gosh.
What do you consider cheating? So do you consider having a conversation?
All of that is cheating. Texting is cheating.
Because some people think it like, okay,
if it's intimate talk, that's just.
What about talking to somebody in their inbox?
If I give it to you, you're gonna be mad at me. If I give you what you've given me, you're gonna be so mad at me because I'm gonna give it to you.
It depends on the person.
I promise.
So what is cheating? What is cheating? What's your definition of cheating?
You know what? The actual act. The actual act.
Really? So just sex. So you can go out with somebody else and that wouldn't be considered cheating? Like go out on a date with somebody else?
It's been my experience that a lot of people have serious trust issues. And it's like they'll take this little bitty thing that could be completely innocent.
But no, what if it's an actual date? Oh, I like you. You a skater. It's an actual date. They're on an actual date. Is that considered cheating? We're not misinterpreting that. I want to take you out to dinner. First of all, let's start with the inbox. is inboxing somebody else and you're in a relationship, is that considered cheating?
From a gas point of view,
Good morning, baby. Good morning, handsome.
morning,
How
big
you
head.
doing? Good morning, queen. Good morning, king. How you doing? Y'all doing that every day. And so now that's led up to an invitation to go out to meet up somewhere. Y'all ain't did the physical act, but y'all been talking for weeks in the inbox, and now y'all going out. Is that cheating to you, E?
wait. To answer the question, I had an ex some years back. We were laying in bed. Her phone kept going off. 3 in the morning. I said, "Who calling you at 3 in the morning?" I got jealous. The woman told me something I never forgot. That's my phone. I pay that bill. And if somebody called at 3 in the morning and you laying next to me, man, your business. And it hurt at first. I was pissed off at first, but here's the thing. Years later, I have that same mentality.
No, what happened? So nothing happened to her?
I got up and left. But
I was about to say, I wouldn't. First of all,
Wow.
I don't care if it's your phone. If we
It's
together
respect.
and it's somebody else calling your
it's
phone,
their property in their home.
I don't
It's
care. I have
still
a problem with
respect.
that.
It's just respect. Like you just basically telling me that you don't respect me. You don't respect how I feel about anything.
No, I think the lesson I was getting from it was that, man, you're not gonna control me. You either gonna love me and be with me and accept me for who I am, but you're not gonna control me. And if it starts with this, what's next?
Well, you're not gonna sit up here and have me being playing
Thinking
me
I'm
like
all-
knick-knack, paddywhack,
Yeah.
get a dog a bone. I'm all booed up and I'm being
hugging
faithful
up with
to
you, and you
but
got,
you got somebody else
calling at
calling
3
you.
o'clock in the morning. And 3 o'clock in the morning, that's straight booty call.
But I don't know. Who
I
it
don't
was.
care.
No,
It
but-
could
And
be
it kept going.
Waldo.
It wasn't a
But
family
She
years-
was
member.
ignoring it for a reason.
True, but years later, I've been in situations like that. So where people want to check your phone, want to check your messages, want to know who calling, want to know where you've been. All that's like
I
you
don't-
have some trust issues.
And then, but it's like, and which goes to the other part of the conversation. Why lie? Let's just be open about this. If we're in an open relationship,
Just let me know.
let me
That's
know.
all- exactly.
So it doesn't, so you won't see the reason we get questions like that is because we're not being honest. You're gonna, if you telling me we're in an open relationship and your
I know
phone
what
rings
you're
at
doing.
3 o'clock in the morning,
I ain't gonna
you
be
will
mad.
never get a question
You know
from me
what?
Exactly.
because I know what it
exactly
is.
what it is.
I
But
give
if
you-
you telling me we together and it's just me and you and we in a car and your phone keep blowing up and you ignoring them, we got a problem.
I'll give you a better example. The other night, I was on the phone and I asked this woman I've been seeing, "Hey, you know what? Out of curiosity, because we were talking about sex, how many lovers have you had?" And it was basically none of your business.
And I mean, and I can get
asked
that.
to see the reaction because I respect that. You know, I respect the fact that, hey, you know what? We're not gonna go down this rabbit hole.
Right, and I can
But
respect that.
If it's
The
before
number.
you, like if y'all are together and it's before you, it's none of your business. You know, that's how I look
Yeah.
at it. Like, you know, if it's none of your business, I'm not going to ask you, you know, how many people you done been with. I don't care because it's none of my business. As long as if we're together,
Right.
and now if you add on to someone while we together, now that's where it's my business at because we're together. Now you done, you know, stuck in it
But
with
you have
someone
to
else.
be with somebody that's comfortable enough to accept that. Comfortable enough to make
Well, I
one
hope that
skin in
person
they-
is
they
comfortable
life.
enough to accept it. Were you
Right.
comfortable enough to accept her
Oh,
answer?
absolutely.
Okay, then.
Absolutely.
And see, and again, it's like when we're talking about being in a relationship, lying and cheating. I mean, we have to. This is where the communication comes in at. This is where it comes in at being grown. Listen, on your ish. If
Mhm.
you want me, but you don't want to be exclusive, and you still trying to see if it's something else better than me out there. Because I can tell you now,
Just let me know.
it ain't
gonna
nothing
be
better.
nothing
It ain't nothing better than me
about
out there. I'm gonna tell you that. But if you still want to see,
Go
let me
ahead,
know.
see, go- and that's all I ask. you,
let me know. But understand, in doing that, now I got options too. So now I can
Exactly.
keep my options open. Don't sit up here and make it seem like we're together.
And we're not.
So I'm in a relationship,
and you free.
but you seeing
doing
other
your
people.
thing.
You doing,
Exactly.
and it don't work like that. So it's like at this point, if you're in the 30 plus age range, it's time out for the line.
That's
It's time because listen, I done seen some of them. Listen, 70-year-olds, they still out here lying and cheating and sliding all.
70-year-old got a girlfriend. He got a living girlfriend and a young girlfriend.
And they
I was
cheat.
like,
So
rolling.
it's like it's time out for all of that. So it's like if you single, let it be known. If you got somebody that you're not trying to let go of, but you still trying to see if it's something else out there, let that ish be known.
Mhm.
But all the lying and the cheating at this point in the
You
game,
too old for that.
it should be over with.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a
It's-
question. It's like me being a man in my relationships over the years, you can kind of gauge what your woman can handle and what she can't.
No, we can gauge the truth. She's not gonna be your woman. See, the reason that it's the gauging is going on is because you don't want to lose her, because you know that you don't want to be honest. She may not like it, but now she
You
has a
tell her.
decision. It's her choice. So if she stays to play ball, she stays to play ball because she's aware of
What's going
everything
on.
that's going on. But don't withhold pertinent information, because that's not fair. So guys, listen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Thank you so much, Tim, the poet, E, and me. Until
Thank
next
you
time, you
for
guys.
hitting the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.